Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saint Misbehavin', the podcast about saints from people who are not. I am your host, Matthew Shadorn, and I'm joined, as always, by my chief researcher who is on her second written warning, Anna Domini. Anna, how are you doing today?
You never gave me any writing.
It's in the mail.
This is slander, and does it? If it's being recorded and it's a verbal warning, does that count as written because it's like recorded?
I guess.
Like there is a record of it.
It must be right.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm shocked and scandalised this evening. Betrayed.
Before you even got on the recording. That's insane.
By someone I thought was a friend.
Oh, was it Danny?
No, it's you. Oh God. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Feeling a bit rushed. We're doing this very last minute. We've never been so current in our recording of the podcast.
Right. It is actually.
It's going out today.
It's actually going out today. That's because we're actually already late because usually these drop at midnight. So the people who've been up since midnight refreshing their podcast feed.
We should just done it live. Like, just broadcast it straight away.
I think that would be a real crushing blow to our egos. Is it? Because we could see how many people were watching it live.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, we're here now. It's happening.
We'll get it out soon enough.
We got to do it.
If you're hearing this, then we did it, guys. We succeeded.
But it all hangs in the balance currently.
I know, it's very weird. It's existing in 2 points in time, both the past and the present.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
How existential.
I know.
So I think it's good because it shows, when we say it's about saints by people who are not, I feel like saints might be more punctual
I don't know.
than we are. So that it gives like more weight to our claims.
Maybe. I don't know if punctuality is one of the defining characteristics of a lot of the saints that we've seen. I mean, I feel like his miracle doesn't matter where he was going, he was 5 minutes early. It's amazing. That's why he's a saint.
I'd say that would be much more impressive than a half-assed attempt to fix colonialism.
No.
I don't know.
I feel like he was trying as hard as
I say, I don't know. I don't know. That sounds very dismissive of the last guy. But,
I keep thinking about...
He didn't do a great job.
Bartholomew, and I'm like, I keep going back and forth about, like, is he good? Was he good?
Yeah.
I think with
that
good.
One, if you started listening to that one and gave up because it was too horrendous, I'd say stick with it because, like...
It gets even more horrendous, but then
it gets a little better. No, I think the thing at the end where it was like, fascists hate him. So he must have done something right. That was like the main thrust.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, fascists hate him, so he must be good, right? Like, I can't think of anybody that fascists hate that I'm not a little bit like...
Yeah, that's like, especially at the moment, that's how I dictate all my tastes, Like, have they upset Piers Morgan?
Oh, yeah.
Then I will like them. Apart from when he went against the government.
Oh.
Then I was like, okay, I still hate the government.
This is still complicated. So. I don't even know who to side with here.
Exactly. Make up your own minds, kids. Do your own research. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Not when it comes to public health.
Yeah.
But or climate change.
Like, do your own research, but understand what is a good source and what is a bad source.
Yes, exactly.
Of information. Like,
the do your own research instruction has that very important caveat.
I think the first thing you should do your own research on is which news sources are good, like reputable and honest, and not having a explicitly political agenda for their information.
But then there's like basically no, I guess you could say there are no objective news sources.
No, I mean, objectivity in the news is, I think, it's a meaningless goal. It's like a thing that people are like, we're trying to be objective here. We're trying to give like credence to both sides. And it's like, no, sometimes both sides, one side is
not
equal and remarkably wrong and does not need to be given the time of day. Anyways.
Yeah. Talking of which, no, I have no segue, but
it's fine. Anna, have you done anything particularly saintly or had anything miraculous happen to you lately?
I did something fairly saintly. I don't know if it's saintly or just like decent, but the bar is so low with me. I think it counts.
Yeah, I think for you it sounds as saintly. It's just decent.
Yeah, so I realised we were out of milk.
Oh my God, this is a low bar.
So I went to our tiny local corner shop that's 2 minutes away, and it was closed. So then I was like, okay, well, I could be really lazy and get it through. You can now get Deliveroo for groceries, right? There's a set minimum, so you have to spend like 10 quid, but then you can get your groceries delivered.
Right.
But I was like, that would be very bad for the environment because they have to come on like a motorbike or in a car, and unethical because delivery sucks, and really expensive because by the time you've paid the delivery fee and like a tip, because you basically, I feel like delivery drivers are basically like hospitality staff in America, where it's like the fee they get is so small from Deliveroo that you basically have to pay a huge tip to make it kind of humane.
Right.
So yeah, whenever we get a Deliveroo, it always ends up being quite expensive. So I was like, I could be really lazy, I could do that. No. And I walked all the way to Summertown, which is about an hour round trip to get a single carton of milk and some chocolate for my other half. And yeah, I thought that was pretty good because I had the option to take the easier path that would have been much more convenient for me.
Right.
But instead, I went through the physical challenge of an hour's walk.
Well, I mean, that's good. Getting exercise.
And I had to be in a supermarket with other people.
Yeah.
And most of the other people, so it's post-Freedom Day now.
Right.
So we're all free. No one has to worry about not killing other people anymore, is my understanding. And in the supermarket, there were a lot of people still wearing masks, but they were still wearing them fucking wrong. Like, people had them around their chins or, like, under their nose. And it's like, if you're gonna bother still wearing your mask, like, please do it properly. Because, like, there's no point wearing it if you're gonna wear it wrong at this point. Because you're not complying with the law. So either try and protect people from your germs or don't. But, like, that's not something you should half-ass,
right.
I think.
Yeah.
So I had to put myself through that stress as well as the long walk.
The stress of having to judge people, that is.
No, it's very distressing.
I know.
It's not about judgment.
I know.
It's about the plague. Okay?
I get that. But I experienced something kind of miraculous.
Oh, yeah?
I slaked my thirst at the fountain of Saint Anne.
What? What?
What?
That sounds very dodgy.
No, it
what
doesn't.
The fuck?
I like the term slake. I like the phrase slaking my thirst.
Who is Saint Anne and why did you drink her wee?
No. Oh my God. So Saint Anne is Mary's mother. She's
okay.
There's a whole college here in Oxford named after her.
I know.
Do you?
Yeah. Yes, I've been there several times.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, enough about your late night liaisons with undergraduate. Anyways, I was in Buxton, which is near the peak.
Is that a metaphor as well?
You know
in
what?
Buxton and you drank from St. Anne.
Oh my God. No, I was in Buxton, which is a town near the Lake District, and they have natural mineral springs there.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a fountain on the street. You know, it has a statue of St. Anne, and then there's like a little metal lion's head, and the water shoots out the lion's mouth.
Oh, okay. So it's not St. Anne's water, it's the lion's water, really.
Well, it's called the Fountain of St. Anne, and
okay.
I guess that's her lion, so yeah, it's just on the street in Buxton, and I was like, neat. And then
so you drank from
yeah, and then I was like, is this
not knowing who else has put their mouth on it in these plague times.
It shoots out of a wall. I don't know, it's fine. It
shoots out of a wall. It must be safe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not just like a hole of the wall. Like there was an official like lion there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I was like, oh, I wonder if this is potable. But then somebody came up and just filled up a water bottle and drank it, and I was like, oh, I guess it's
nice.
I don't know. And I have no evidence that person wasn't completely insane, like delusional.
Insane.
So I drank from the water. It was actually really nice mineral water. It comes out at like 27 degrees. It's like
what?
It's like
is that warm?
It's warm.
Cold?
It's warm. It's like
so you drank warm water from a lion's mouth.
Okay. I drank. It was like it's nice and warm. It's like a perfect warm temperature, and it had a nice flavor to it, like nice minerally flavor. It was good. When in Buxton, drink out of this particular wall. I recommend it.
Handy hint for your Sunday afternoon by the time this gets out.
It's supposedly at healing properties. I looked this up later. It was apparently Mary Queen of Scots would go there for her rheumatism and bathe in the waters. It was like a famous, like even from Roman times.
Wait, so you just licked this lion, whereas she like took all her clothes off in front of it?
I guess. Well, I think that it used to be that they were like big Roman baths there. And then she would take like a bath cure. But like now it's just there's this one fountain that you can drink out of. And yeah, it was nice. It was good water. I recommend the water. It was nice.
And free.
And free.
Like all water should be, because it literally comes from the ground.
This is the thing that I really hate with Britain, is that in America, if you go out, like every building, when you go out of the bathroom, there's just a water fountain there usually. Like 9 times out of 10, there's just a water fountain. You can get a drink for free or whatever. There are no water fountains in Britain. It's insane. I find the whole...
But
what?
In a lot of states, you can't drink tap water, right?
What?
What? I thought that was the case in the US, that like in some states you can't drink the tap water because it's not treated.
Like there are places where the tap water is not really like Flint, Michigan is the big example because of government, the Republican government trying to privatize everything. Thought it'd be a great idea to like fill their water with lead, and so they made it undrinkable.
Wow.
And then that kind of highlighted like, oh, there's a lot of places that did that and fucked up their own water supply. So, and places that and then there are places that like do fracking. Often like gas will get into the water, and so the water is flammable.
Yeah, I've seen people setting fire to their taps.
Or just it can just become toxic from the chemicals and things that they pump into the ground to get the natural gas out. So yeah, it's there is a lot of bad tap water in America, but you know.
But on the plus side, it's free. Sometimes
you can get as much as you want. So you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
You win some, you lose some. Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts. I don't know whatever. So I drank from the fountain of Saint Anne. Quality.
Did you feel
religious
better?
Water.
Did it cure your ailments?
My rheumatism is gone.
What ailments do you have at the moment?
I don't know. I've this general existential dread. I was hydrated,
and it didn't help that.
That's all I've ever asked of water. It's just to maintain hydration. So
fair enough. But it did that very well.
And I thought, you know what? And it was also just a quality flavored water. Sounds weird, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyways, but yeah. So I feel I experienced that miracle. Thank you, Saint Anne.
I feel like that miracle was as miraculous as my thing was saintly. And by which I mean not very
much. Bit of a stretch. Okay, fine. Anyways, well, let's move on. Okay, we're both 0-0 for this one.
Yeah.
For this week. So.
Yeah.
But Anna, today is August 1st.
It is. It actually is this time.
Yeah. Who's this week's saint?
It's today's saint.
Today's saint.
And his name is Alphonsus Liguori. He's Italian.
No shit.
So it's Liguori. So Liguori?
Alfonso Liguori.
Alphonsus. But I'm going to refer to him as Alf because it's just long. I have to say it so many times and it's just long.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to call him Alf.
You can refer to him as Alf because he eats a lot of cats. That's a reference to you.
That wasn't mentioned in any of the research that I did, but we can't rule it out.
I think that is a reference that you are way too young to get, so never mind. And also too British.
I mean, yes, but I went with it.
Okay. I appreciate you're laughing at not understanding what I'm talking about.
I'm a very generous laugher.
There was a TV show.
Unlike you just dismissed me. See?
Alf was a TV show in the 80s. It was a sitcom. And the premise of the sitcom was there was a family and they found an alien and from the planet Melmac, and he was like a sass-talking puppet named Alf. And
well, he probably had a lot in common with today's
probably. Anyways, but he was always trying to eat cats because on his planet of Melmac they ate a lot of cats.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
we've gone down a weird track there already.
So what's the deal with Alphonsus?
Alphonsus. He was around from 1696 to 1787.
Okay.
So he was bloody old.
He got up there, yeah. He almost made it a whole century.
Yeah, nearly. So he was born 1696 in Marianella, near Naples, which was then part of the Kingdom of Naples, on the 27th of September. He was the eldest of 7 children, i.e. they were Catholic.
Okay. I was going to say, so obviously he was a disappointment because they needed 6 more to try and figure out if they can get a better one.
Well, it's funny you should say that because 2 days after he was born, he was baptized at the Church of Our Lady the Virgin as Alphonsus, Mary, Anthony, John, Cosmas, Damien, Michael, Gaspard de Liguori. Okay. So I reckon they didn't think they would have any more children and they just gave him all the names.
Yeah, it's 7 names picked out and they're like, well, we might not make all 7, so let's just give them all the first.
So I was trying to translate this into Italian because, that's the kind of thing I do. So it would be Alfonso, Maria, Antonio, Giovanni, and then I didn't know what Cosmos or Damien or Michael would be, so I gave up at that point. Yeah. But it was still fun.
I appreciate you trying.
Thank you.
Cosmos, that's a great name. Not enough people named Cosmos. Cosmo.
We should bring it back. Also, Mary. I thought that was a rogue one.
But
very progressive, really.
I think so, yeah. I mean, that's...
Having a woman's middle name. Mm-hmm. I think we should bring that as a trend. Sort of switching, with challenging the boundaries of names. Yeah. They're so arbitrary. Let's just mix it up.
Actually, my brother's middle name is Claire, which is actually my dad's uncle's name was Claire.
Right.
So Claire used to be used to be kind of a gender neutral name. You know the fun thing about, or the fun thing, the sad thing, or the interesting thing, or thing?
Is it fun? Is it interesting? Is it sad? What is it?
It's just a thing, all right? You know what the thing is?
Okay.
There's research that says that once, so there'll be names that are kind of like gender neutral, or even like boys' names. But then once they start to become girls' names, they just become girls' names. So names like Stacy or Carol or Claire, these were all kind of like boys' and girls' names, and now they're just girls' names.
Okay.
It's a weird thing. I don't know. It's like, girls got their cooties all over my name. Ugh.
Well, we should carry on this trend. Like, maybe now that we've got some women CEOs, all the CEOs should be women, right?
And they should all be named John.
Yes. Wait, did we cover that last time, or was that actually in the Patreon one?
I can't remember. Yeah, but
okay. But you should subscribe to our Patreon, and then you'll be able to find out, listeners.
Also, if you can, we don't say this enough, but if you could review it on iTunes, that would be super great, and also tell a friend. That's it. Guys, we're trying to build a brand here.
Full disclosure, we haven't been to like a marketing conference or anything. No, in the last week.
We're not. We're good. You know what we're good at talking shit about Saints. We're not good at marketing. So anyway.
Well, I mean, speak for yourself. That is my day job, but then you don't pay me to be here, so I don't apply myself in the same way.
And that is why you're on your second written warning.
Yeah, exactly.
So
bad attitude.
Made fun of my
baby. His dad was Giuseppe Liguori, a naval officer and captain of the Royal Galleys.
Okay.
And his mother was called Anna Maria Caterina Cavalieri.
Okay.
And she was of Spanish descent. Obviously, she didn't have a career because she was a woman in the 17th century.
But he was the head of the Royal Galleys, so he was in charge of all the kitchens.
Yeah, I don't know. Captain, I guess that's like fairly high up.
Yeah.
But not like the head. But yeah, still a pretty big deal. Yeah. The family was of noble lineage, but the branch to which Alf belonged had become somewhat impoverished.
Yay, I guess.
There's not much qualifying that. Somewhat.
But
I think you'll see.
I think
from what follows.
This is what I'm going to say.
What constitutes as somewhat.
He married a Spanish lady, and then he got cut off.
Oh, I see.
That'll happen.
So racism played a part.
It seems like the kind of thing that like now you'd be like, wait, what? But in the 16th century, they were like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's like, makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were all Catholic. Maybe it's like fine. I don't know.
Probably not.
Anyway, as a boy, Alf was said to be bright and quick beyond his years, making good progress in his subject. And in addition, his father made him practice the harpsichord for 3 hours a day. Which is not a normal amount of time to be practicing any musical instrument.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, what else is he going to do? Roll a hoop with a stick?
Well,
I mean, it's better than that one guy who he was also in the military and he gave his kid guns at 3 years old or whatever.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's interesting you should bring that up because I thought that it was going to go a similar way. Army dad, saint, there's got to be some, overexposure to violence that would then push them towards the holy life. But no, his dad had actually given up on the idea of him entering the military because Alphonsus was nearsighted and had chronic asthma. So he was like, as you said, he was a disappointment.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was just like, what? Okay, well, we're going to have 6 more kids. You seen this kid over here?
Yeah.
Can't see. You got to put him in front of the harpsichord, and I don't want to hear him or see him. Well, I want to hear the harpsichord, but I don't want to.
Apart from you want to hear the harpsichord.
I just want to hear the harpsichord. If I hear anything out of that kid that isn't harpsichord music, I'll be very upset. So
pretty much. So a harpsichord playing is the chosen career for army dropouts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Famously.
It's a classic story, like you grow up in a military family, you pick up the harpsichord, you're a huge disappointment to your dad. It's just get the harpsichord going.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, by the time he was 13, he was a distinguished player. Some even saying that he was, like, playing at the level of a master.
Ooh.
So practice your instruments, kids.
Yeah.
For 3 hours a day, and you could achieve, like, greatness. But you'd still disappoint
Here's the thing.
your
If you're
dad.
looking for a way to distinguish yourself, if you just play the harpsichord for 3 hours a day, I feel like it's pretty easy to reach the level of master these days. Because I feel like nobody's putting in that much work on the harpsichord.
Yeah.
So you could really...
Yeah. So that's how you can get
That's
ahead.
a niche. A niche? A niche?
A
A
what?
niche?
A niche. Yes. not a niche.
That you can fill. That's a niche you can fill in the market.
Niche. Please stop saying it as niche. It sounds horrible.
Niche? What's wrong? I don't know. Whatever. I think it... Anyways. That is a niche, like, because whatever doesn't kill you makes you a better harpsichord player.
Definitely. So basically, because of his illnesses, his father had given up on the idea of him being a military person, so he was educated with the legal profession in mind.
Ooh.
So he was
a harpsichord lawyer. Just all the...
Yeah. He represented Big Harpsichord.
Yeah. This fall on Fox, harpsichord law. Just all harpsichord-based cases. Anyways, it's fun. Anyways.
Yeah, so that's how he carved out his niche. Nah. So when he wasn't making his fingers bleed by playing too much harpsichord, his hobbies included riding, fencing, and playing cards, but not shooting because of the aforementioned myopia.
Oh, okay.
That was, I don't know why that was just in there. So I was like, well, if a list has 3 things and it doesn't have a 4th thing, you may not have to mention it.
Right.
But it's...
I think I feel like if they hadn't said anything, we'd have spent 30 minutes just wondering why he wasn't into shooting. But like, I get that. That makes sense. It's like, if somebody is close enough to stab, he can, that's good. So he's got into the sword.
Yeah.
Like his eyesight is like sword length.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting as well, because when we said somewhat impoverished, he still had horses and fencing stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, his interpretation, well, his biographer's interpretation of poverty, not mine.
It's a different level. Yeah. Well, he only had the one stable of horses. I mean, it's not really like he was rich. I mean,
Totally.
Right.
Yeah, it's like when people are like, oh, but I got it at a discount or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's still a boat.
Can I also point out that...
I don't know what rich people have.
Can I also point out that he had a harpsichord? That sounds like an expensive
Yes.
piece of equipment in the 17th century.
Yeah, true. And you'd have to have like a separate room for it.
Oh, yeah, because it's...
So...
Oh, my God. If that was like... It's also their bedroom. Kids in there all the time. He's up at all hours playing the harpsichord. I got to get some sleep. I got to run a kitchen tomorrow. So, all right, so, yeah.
Not wealthy.
Probably not that rich. Yeah, or probably not that poor, so.
Not that poor. As a young man, Alf discovered a love of opera, which, makes sense if he was into his music.
Yeah.
But he was there solely for the music, not the drama. So apparently he would go to the opera, and as the curtain was rising, he'd take off his glasses so that he couldn't see the performers.
I'm just gonna turn my back to the stage here. That's no point in that.
Everyone else was picking up their opera glasses, and he was just taking off his normal glasses.
I was like, "Excuse me, you're sitting in the seat that's behind a pillar. Can I have that seat?" Really helped me enjoy the opera a lot more. I don't want to look at those people. Those people are ruining my experience. I just need this
of the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like a bit of an issue in his life. So
wait. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like not wanting to be involved with theatre at all. So apparently the childish fault, or like childhood error, I guess, for which he most reproached himself in later life was resisting his father too strongly when he was told to take part in a play. So he had this weird aversion to the theatre, but he loved music. So he could... I feel like, why would you not just go to concerts rather than the opera if you really didn't want to see acting?
I guess. I mean, but I guess...
At the same time as your music.
Did he like the singing? He must have liked the singing, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to see people singing. Maybe it's one of those things where he's like, oh, people opening their mouth, it's gross. It's really... I can't...
Gross.
I look at him and I'm like, those sounds are coming out of
it's because his dad was running kitchens, right? Yeah. He just had this subversion.
Maybe it's like, I mean, when you think about it, there's all that beautiful music coming out of a hole, which is very wet and stinky.
Oh my God, Matthew!
Sorry.
That's disgusting.
Come on, especially 17th century mouths are going to be especially stinky. And you know what? I'm going to go especially wet. I don't know. I'm just feeling like...
Oh.
Or what's worse, maybe they're like weirdly dry, the 17th century mouths.
But then if they were dry, then the singing wouldn't sound that
maybe,
nice.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's the thing. You got to keep those mouths lubricated. But yeah, I'm just saying like...
With holy water from the Buxton Fountain.
I don't know if it was...
We should see if Buxton will sponsor us.
Visit Buxton. It's a nice little town.
Yeah.
When in the Lake District. Buxton. Come on, guys.
There
Buxton.
we go. And that's how you can get more people to your opera who are there for the spectacle as well as the music. Yeah. Savvy marketing. So yeah, that was a fun thing about him. I thought was quite notable.
All right.
So yeah, he was quite a gifted child. He attended the University of Naples and graduated with doctorates in civil and canon law at the age of 16.
Just canon law, or just crimes committed with cannons. Another canon murder.
Obviously he did a minor in harpsichord law, and then canon law was.
There was once a case where somebody shot a harpsichord out of a cannon at somebody. Oh my God, that really made his career.
That's what he did his dissertation on. It was really, really exciting for him. So yeah, he graduated when he was just 16.
Whoa.
And later remarked that he was so small at the time that he got almost lost in his doctor's gown, and all the spectators at the ceremony laughed at him.
He was the littlest graduate.
Yeah, after he graduated, he started studying for the bar. And when he was 18, like many other nobles, he joined the Confraternity of Our Lady of Mercy, with whom he assisted in the care of the sick at a hospital for, quote, incurables. So it was like a kind of, you know when you do like a hospice gap year?
Yeah. Okay.
Just such fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's nice of him to do that. I wonder what counts as incurable. It's like, this guy's bleeding. We don't know. Sorry. Your arm is broken. We'll just leave you here till you die.
I guess like medical technology at that time. Yeah, maybe everything was incurable. Maybe it was just a hospital.
Yeah, it's just a hospital. Yeah. But you're pregnant? I don't know. Put her incurable.
A lot of people die in childbirth, so it counts.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, God. Sorry, I said that with far too much jollity.
It's fun to think about, isn't it? Yeah. I'm wondering if incurables was, like a hospice thing, or if it was like people with a chronic ailment.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
maybe.
if it was like, I don't know, like TB or something, something where you're just kind of always sick from it, or you need constant care.
Yeah.
We'll never find out.
No, sorry.
So he volunteered at the hospital. That's very nice of him.
Whilst being a lawyer.
Starting to get some saintly vibes from this dude.
Well, they're going to go out the window for a bit.
Okay.
Because
damn,
he became a wildly successful lawyer. It's said that in the first 8 years of his career, he never lost a single case. Pretty good. So you can imagine that might make him a little bit cocky.
Maybe.
A companion of his at the time, who later became a distinguished judge, called Balthazar Cito, was once asked if Alphonsus ever showed signs of levity in his youth, and answered emphatically, "Never. It would be a sacrilege to say otherwise."
That joyless cunt? No.
Yeah. The guy who takes off his glasses at the opera? What do you think?
Yeah. Here, let me answer your question with a question.
So, the saint's confessor declared that Alphonsus preserved his baptismal innocence till death.
Aww.
So he was a big virgin.
Big stinky virgin. See, I think what it was is every time he went to go kiss a lady, he was like, "Oh, that wet mouth. No, it's disgusting."
Oh. Oh, God. So he was, I think, fairly religious, but he was getting sort of distracted by the worldly success of his lawyery-ness.
Right.
So he became ardently attached to his profession, spoilt by the popularity which winning cases for people brought.
Right. He was the harpsichord lawyer. Like, he didn't even have a desk in the courtroom. Yeah. He had like a harpsichord that he'd sit at. And then when it was done, he played like a wicked harpsichord solo.
And then it's like, I rest my case.
case, yeah.
Yeah, when he was 26, he began to go constantly into society, to neglect prayer and the practices of piety, which had been an integral part of his life during his youth, and to take pleasure in the attention which he received everywhere.
But
banquets, entertainments, theatres, he wrote later on, these are the pleasures of the world, but pleasures which are filled with the bitterness of gall and sharp thorns.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's just like, oh, I had to go to so many parties where there was just wine and champagne and great food and interesting people to talk to. It was terrible.
It was terrible. Well, I get from his personality, like, he'd probably be like, oh, well, I'll go along because, you know, everyone loves me, but I'm not going to enjoy it.
I don't know. Clearly not, because I mean, I feel like there'd be a lot of ladies at these parties, and if he was very successful, you know, I don't know, maybe meet some
talented musician,
you know, fencer, card shark, I don't know, like he successful lawyer.
He was a real...
I feel like, yeah, you could have closed the deal with some ladies. I don't know, like.
Yeah, it was an eligible bachelor.
Yeah, I've done a lot more with a lot less, so.
Same.
Yeah, sure.
According to the Catholic Encyclopedia, in all this there was no serious sin, but there was no great sanctity either. And God,
he's really riding that line.
Wished his servant. Yep. Exactly. So basically, in many ways, other than the weird aversion to theatre, just a normal dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, not great, not terrible. But God wished him...
By the way, if you are thinking about leaving us a review on iTunes, not great, not terrible, perfectly good review.
We'll take
it.
No, we wouldn't. 5 stars or
5
nothing.
5 stars. Put 5 stars and then put not great, not terrible, and I think that's fine.
As long as you say just like Saint Alphonsus, then that'll show people that like you get
it.
Cool obscure references from listening.
Exactly, yeah.
So God wished his servant to become a saint and a great saint at that. So God realized that now was the time to make him take the road to Damascus.
Okay. Wait, is that
metaphorically?
God's just like, okay, I've been priming this one for a while, just wringing his hands. He's like, oh boy, here we go. Time for this boy to become a saint.
Oh, you don't know what you've just said there, Matthew, because strap in. In 1723, there was a lawsuit in the courts between a Neapolitan nobleman whose name has not been recorded.
Right. All we know about him is that he was 1/3 vanilla, 1/3 strawberry, and 1/3 chocolate.
Excellent. Yeah, it was the great ice cream case of 1723.
Sir, your product gives people headaches when they eat it. How do you defend yourself?
With this harpsichord solo, of course. Yeah, it was between this Neapolitan nobleman and the Grand Duke of Tuscany, which involved property valued at 500,000 ducats, which...
That's a lot of ice cream.
It says somewhere that it's £100,000 in modern money, but I think the Catholic Encyclopedia was written at the beginning of the 20th century. So it was probably a few cool mil worth of ducats.
It's too much conversion to have to do.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's all the ducats.
Yeah, too many steps. It was a lot of ducats. So Alf was one of the leading counsel, but we don't know on which side. Okay.
This is the vaguest court case ever.
Yeah, there was a lot of money involved, maybe some ice cream, some property.
Some rich dudes.
That's it.
And a harpsichord.
Yeah, a nobleman and a Grand Duke. Okay. It's like pretty big stakes. When the day came, our hero, the future saint, made a brilliant opening speech and sat down confident of victory. But before he called, because, you know, he'd never lost at this point. Right. He's got a pretty good track record. But before he was able to even call a witness, the opposing counsel said to him in chilling tones. It's interesting that we know this specifically when we literally don't know what the case was. Right. But the opposing lawyers said in chilling tones, "Your arguments are wasted breath, for you have overlooked a document which destroys your whole case." "What document is that?" said Alphonsus, somewhat piqued. "Let us have it." A piece of evidence was handed to him, which he had read and reread many times, but always in a sense the exact contrary of that which he now saw it to have.
Oh no.
The poor advocate turned pale. He remained thunderstruck for a moment.
Dun, dun.
Then...
Sorry.
So dramatic. I love it.
It's great.
God was really enjoying himself at this point.
He's really like, he's calling people over. He's like, you got to see this one. I've been working on this one for a while.
Hey, Gabriel, look at this. I really got this one down.
You got to check this out. No, it's been simmering on the pot for a while. It's really gonna. good.
Look how pale he's turned. Look at him.
Oh, look at it. Wait, I'm going to rewind it. I'm inventing rewinding. Or you could watch this. Watch it. It's great.
So, yeah, Alf remained thunderstruck for a moment, then said in a broken voice, "You're right. I've been mistaken.
Oh,
this document gives you the case."
My whole life is a lie.
Basically. In vain, those around him and even the judge tried to console him, but he was crushed.
Oh, like even the opposing counsel, like, oh, you know what? We give up.
Yeah, we'll let you have this one. He's like, no.
Hey.
This is too late. I'm crushed. Well, the thing is, he thought his mistake would be seen not as a mistake, but as a deliberate deceit.
Oh.
So he basically felt like he'd ruined his career.
Oh.
And stormed out of the court saying, "World, I know you now. Courts, you shall never see me more."
Meanwhile, there's just a bailiff outside like, dude, what's happening? It's just extremely dramatic man walking out of a courtroom. Just proclaiming to nobody, "Court, you will see me no more." Excuse me, sir, are you lost? Do you need...
What a way to resign.
Yeah, it's pretty great. You know, can I also say one loss and this guy was totally shattered?
Yep.
Okay.
And God knew that was all it would take.
Yeah.
I guess it's like, it's like Icarus flying too close to the sun, right? It's like you get high on your own like success, right. And so the downfall is more painful.
I know.
And
pride cometh before the fall, they say.
Yep, exactly.
And
he had some pride.
He had to leave, and that must have been so awkward to leave the courtroom, like pushing his harpsichord in front of him, like, "I'm going now."
You'll never see me again. Let me just pack this up though. But then you'll never see me again.
Nobody help me. Just scraping across the floor. Anyways.
Oh God. So, you say anyways. We're not moving on. For 3 days, he refused all food.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
But then the storm subsided, and he began to see that his humiliation had been sent by God to break down his pride and wean him from the world.
You know, this happened to me once, where I lost a comedy contest, and then I laid in bed for a month and watched all of Deep Space Nine. So it's a similar thing.
But you didn't refuse food,
no.
Right?
In fact, I probably ate way too much. It's like, the only thing that'll help right now is pizza. Please bring me another pizza.
Yeah. Well, I guess, maybe he refused food because, like, the very sight of food reminded him of ice cream, which just reminded him of this case. It was too painful.
The only food in the house was his retainer of 10,000 gallons of ice cream.
So understandable.
I never should have agreed to be paid in ice cream. I thought this was a slam dunk.
His existential dread was actually just a very severe case of brain freeze. Yeah. But yeah, he saw it as like the moment that turned him away from the world and towards the spiritual world.
Yeah.
He was confident that a special sacrifice was required of him, but he didn't know what it was.
Is he going to cut off his penis?
So
he's not going to cut off his penis, is he?
No.
Oh, good.
He's just going to go to the opera with his glasses on. That's as bad as it's going to
look at every wet mouth out there.
And then he hated the opera even more because they maybe give out ice cream in the interval in those little pots.
Sure.
So he was true to his word, but he spent his days in prayer seeking to find out God's will. And after a short interval, the answer came. On the 28th of August, 1723, the young lawyer had gone to perform a favourite act of charity by visiting the sick in the hospital for the incurables.
This is just a thing to cheer me up. I'm going to go see a bunch of sick people.
Oh my God. Suddenly, when he was there, he found himself surrounded by a mysterious light. The house seemed to rock, and an interior voice said, "Leave the world and give thyself to me." It was thyself rather than yourself because it was the 1700s.
I get it. Also, it's God. He's not that
like Italian
formal.
Yeah, he's old school. So Alphonsus left the hospital, which I feel like maybe God was like, "No, that's not what I meant."
No, wait. You were going to go help.
He was in the middle of like doing some like, CPR, and he was like, "No, this isn't what God wants. I'm going."
He was going in to like make a huge donation to the hospital, and he's just like, actually, you know what, I'm going to turn around.
And then it's like, oh, hang on, that's not what God wants.
That's not what I don't know. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
It's funny. So he turns away from the hospital and away from worldly things.
Yeah, and goes to the Church of the Redemption of Captives.
Oh, the Redemption of Captives.
Yeah.
Poor captives.
If you've been caught, that's a sin. That's on you.
Yeah,
If you didn't want to be caught, you wouldn't have dressed like that, would you?
I guess so. Wait, what?
You were asking for it.
Maybe.
So he went to the church. Here he laid his sword before the statue of Our Lady.
Sorry.
Now, I have some questions about this.
He's been carrying a sword this whole time.
Yep, to the hospital. I mean, maybe it was for amputations. I don't know.
Maybe he's like, well, I'm going to, you know what's going to really cheer me up is I'm going to go to the hospital and put some people out of their misery with my sword.
Oh my God. Look, okay, he had hospital volunteering and then fencing straight after.
Right, okay.
Maybe. Okay, so he just had to take all his stuff
I
with
did
him.
forget that he was a skilled fencer. Yes.
Yeah.
But not...
Yeah. So,
but not a shooter. Didn't do that.
No. He didn't lay his gun before Our Lady,
because
because that wouldn't have meant
he's not
anything.
a shooter. And I think that if they hadn't pointed that out earlier in the account,
we'd be asking what he
what
did with
do
his
with
gun.
all his guns? Obviously, he's probably got a lot of guns. Anyways.
Military family. Like a good American. So he laid his sword, made a solemn resolution to enter the ecclesiastical state, and furthermore to offer himself as a novice to the fathers of the oratory.
Cool.
Yeah. But he knew that trials were before him. His father...
Wait, I thought trials were behind him. He just quit being a lawyer. Anyways.
Yeah, bad wording there. I'm sorry. That was on the part of the Catholic Encyclopedia, okay. So blame them. His father, already displeased at the failure of 2 plans for his son's marriage, was exasperated at Alphonsus's neglect of his profession.
It's like every plan that this kid had, the idea for this kid turned out in failure. It's like...
Yeah, just fails.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be in a play, he wouldn't be in the military, and now he's not even going to be a lawyer anymore. Yeah. What a disappointment. So, yeah, not surprisingly, his father was also strongly opposed to his new vocation and apparently persecuted him for 2 months.
Oh, just 2 months. Then he got over it.
But, you know, Alf was a skilled fencer, so it was probably
How
fine.
did he persecute him for 2 months?
They were probably well matched. Doesn't say. I think it just means he wouldn't let him become a priest.
Oh, okay. But
that counts as persecution when you're really holy.
I don't know, but like he's 26. He's presumably very successful, so he probably lives in his own place. Like
no, he was still at home.
was he? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
okay.
Loser. Well, he was a massive virgin, remember?
Right.
Those 2 things often go together.
Guys, if you've never had sex, then you're the world's biggest loser. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. That wasn't very sex positive,
yeah.
really.
Hey,
was
no, what you're saying is like, hey, if no one will touch you physically, like, why do you even have any worth? You don't. Says Anna Domini.
Oh my God, that's not. I didn't mean it like that.
It sounded like that's what you meant.
I just meant if you want to get laid, move out of your parents' house.
That's fair.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Because if you're living in your parents' house, even if it's a big house with a harpsichord room,
yeah.
there's still a chance that they'll overhear you. So
you don't want to do that.
You don't want to be there. In the end, a compromise was arrived at. So his father agreed to allow his son to become a priest, provided he would live at home instead of joining the oratory. So
sounds like a win-win for him.
So I can be a priest, but I don't have to pay rent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I don't have to like live in a monastery in like a dingy cell.
Yeah.
I can live in this very fancy estate with my own harpsichord room. All right.
And my horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my fencing hall. Yeah, it seems like a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
I feel like his dad was like a good dad, you know? He was trying to find solutions. He persevered with him. In the end, this compromise, so-called, was actually like quite nice.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, all right, I'll support you, but also, as I just worry. Just worry.
So Alphonsus agreed on the advice of his director, Father Thomas Pagano. And on October the 23rd of the same year, so 1723, the saint put on the clerical dress, which means costume, not like there is a clerical dress.
Yeah, but it makes it sound like it's a nice frilly number. With...
It really accentuated his waist.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it was just, he never felt so beautiful as when he put on the dress. Then he put on the clerical purse and it matched the dress perfectly. It was so nice. It was like the perfect accessory.
And then he was ready for the ball. September the next year, he joined the Association of Missionary Secular Priests called the Neapolitan Propaganda.
Wait, I'm sorry. They're called the Neapolitan Propaganda?
Yeah, they're just advertising ice cream.
They're like, guys, why would you buy ice cream that's just one flavor? It's got 3 flavors. What's wrong with you?
No. It'd be more like, you may have heard people claiming that there's ice cream that only has one flavor, but that's a lie made up by the devil. That's propaganda, right? It's more gaslighty than persuasive. Well, the thing about the Neapolitan Propaganda was they didn't require residence, so he could join them while still living at home. But obviously he would have to, get over his ice cream related traumas. in order to do that. So in December 1724, he received minor orders. It says, and the subdeaconate in September 1725. So maybe that's a position as well.
Right.
So yeah, he became a subdeacon, and then the next year he was ordained a deacon, and soon after that he preached his first sermon, and then in December of the same year, at the age of 30, he was finally ordained a priest.
Yay!
So, you know, he was a doctor of law at the age of 16. Where do you go from there in your career ambitions?
Yeah.
Finally, at the age of 30, a priest.
Well, see, but it only took him 4 years to go from lawyer to priest. How long did it take him to become a lawyer?
I'd say training to become a lawyer is harder, though.
You think?
Yeah, because, like, the law exists, and...
Here's my counter argument. The law makes sense. There's a certain logic to the law.
That's true. Easier to get your head around in a way.
You know, I mean, it's very simple. It's like somebody puts a harpsichord into a cannon and shoots at somebody. That's clearly a crime. But it's like, wait, there's this guy who's 3 guys but is 1 guy? Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a lot to wrap your head around.
Also, I feel like at this point, just like, have we gone too hard on alienating a section of society who could potentially be our audience but are off put by how hostile we are to actually our subject matter?
Do you think we've gone too hard on harpsichord players?
No, I mean, like, we've gone too much into the atheism.
Oh,
like,
I don't know.
And we've missed a trick because we could be getting that Christian market, and we've just, you know, we're not going to.
I think we swear too much to get to the Christian market.
Yeah, you're probably
I don't know. I had this weird thought, like, the other day. I was like, I wonder if people who are, like, really into saints, like, are, like yes. This is very funny, actually.
I'm guessing probably not.
Yeah. I think also our very leftist point of view is probably turns a lot of, like, Catholics, though.
Yeah, but, like, you know, fuck those guys. You know, again, bad at marketing. I mean, so my new job, I'm now, like, you know, a marketing person for, like, an explicitly left-wing organisation. So that's, like, I need to be practicing that. So, like, with my previous job, when it was like, oh, we've tweeted about Black Lives Matter and now we've lost 100 followers. It's like, yeah, but did we really want them following us? You know? Yeah. So, I mean, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, you know, free speech.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like if you're not on board, if you're going to be too upset about how lightly we treat this topic and how irreverent we are with this material, I guess this isn't the right podcast for you. But I feel like, I don't know, I was thinking about this. I feel like as we've gone on, this has become a very interesting discussion, like ongoing discussion of what makes a person good, or like what constitutes or ethics and morality, right? As because we're talking about these people who have been, you know, in popular culture, we talk about saints, like people who are objectively good and these paragons of good. And then
he's a saint.
And then we're like, but what is the nature of goodness? Like, what does it mean to be like a good person? And some of these people who I think are legitimately good people, I think that one good person. There's been one good person. It was Saint Gemma. She's great. No problems with her.
Hey, Saint Genevieve was pretty good. Our first one.
She was good.
It's always the ladies. Yeah. That's my feminism.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like, whatever. Please rate, review, subscribe.
But only if you liked it.
Only if you liked it. I feel like if you didn't like it, you didn't make it this far. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was about to say, maybe we should just cut this bit out because anyone who's listening now is still with us. Right. You know? Right. I don't know. Anyway, thanks, guys. Thanks. You're great. Yeah. You are probably left-wing atheists. And you're killing it.
Yeah, and by it we mean the patriarchy.
It being,
Anyways.
Yeah, especially if you're firing a harpsichord out of a cannon at a person.
Actually,
that's a very bougie murder.
I don't know, I'd be a bit impressed. That's one of those stories.
But it is bougie, though.
You'd be like, man murdered by a harpsichord shot out of a cannon. You'd be like, no, I'm going to click on this article.
Yeah,
this probably happened in Florida. Okay.
You should maybe call the title, instead of Saint Alphonsus, you should call the episode Man Murders Person by Shooting a Harpsichord Out of a Cannon. That might get us more listens.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe you should be more clickbaity in how we
I guess I could be making the episode titles a little bit more like enticing. Like, I don't know. Work on my SEO, right?
Yes, totally. Anyway, we've got off track. Yeah. So he was ordained a priest. So you can cut out all the stuff that's happened after I said he was ordained a priest.
Well, now I have to cut this out if I do that. So just keep going.
Okay. So that's fine. So we're now about to start start the next chapter.
Okay.
So he lived his first years as a priest with the homeless and marginalised youth of Naples. So I guess that means he spent a lot of time with them because he was still in his impoverished palace.
Right. Well, yeah, but like, so he lived with the homeless. So is he homeless?
No, he still lived at home, but I think he visited them a lot, basically.
That's less cool.
Yeah.
Like, well, see you later, Timmy. I'm off to my house. Can I go with you, sir?
It's got several spare rooms, but you cannot. There's no space for you.
My dad's kind of a stickler about not having guests, so sorry.
Also, to be fair, he did have 6 siblings.
Right.
So, some of them may have been at home too.
Maybe.
He became very popular because of his plain and simple preaching. He once said, and this is a bit arrogant, I think, I have never preached a sermon which the poorest old woman in the congregation couldn't understand.
Oh, that is a bit like just the dumbest old broad. Just like the real, like one of those.
The thickest, cranky old
just
bitch.
Toothless crone.
Loves me.
Couldn't just get on with what I was saying. Like, look at this. See this woman here? See, look at her. She has hardly any idea what's going on. Look at her. Yeah, she's just nodding along.
But she understands my
gets
sermon.
it. Are you not getting it? Because this, like,
this
senile old crone, like, just I mean, like, what is she even living for? She's dead inside, but she gets it.
But she comes to church every week because of me.
Yeah. And you don't? It's like, you're not getting it? Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, so that was nice. A real man of the people.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, his sermons were very effective at converting those who'd been alienated from their faith. So he was, plain talking.
Yeah.
Would have been a televangelist if he'd been around now. Maybe
he doesn't feel the need to do that highfalutin Latin.
Yeah,
math.
exactly. So in 1729, he finally left his family home and took up residence in the Chinese Institute in Naples. Now, I think that's a university. I'm not quite sure why that was his place of choice. Seems a bit rogue.
Wait, so is it...
But...
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Is there a university to teach Chinese, or...
Yeah, so I think it's like an Institute of Chinese Studies. So it was like, I mean, I doubt that there were Chinese academics there.
Yeah, okay.
Because Italy doesn't seem like that, inclusive of a place.
Maybe, I don't know.
At this time.
Maybe it was the only place with Chinese people, like, we cannot leave. We can't leave the walls. We're kind of...
Oh, shit. Like, so it wasn't an institute so much as an institution.
Kind of, yeah.
It was just basically a prison.
Just like all the Chinese are in that one spot. They are really afraid to leave.
Yeah, I think it was basically like a kind of Orientalist sort of institution.
Okay.
Which, it was a place for anyone to go to study non-European languages. Oh, so the word Chinese there is a very broad, not accurate. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. To be fair on Alf, I think the reason he went there was because it was well located for him to do missionary work.
Okay.
So it was more central in the interior regions of the Kingdom of Naples. Okay. So I think it was for the location rather than the colonialist academia.
It's all about the location, not the oppression of people. Or just like
I'm just here for the views. I mean the views outside the window, not the views of other
Chinese
races.
people, which I will take my glasses off for those guys, you know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
Anyways.
Yeah. So he began doing missionary work in the interior regions of the kingdom, where he found people who were even poorer and more abandoned than any of the street kids he'd previously preached to.
Look at these poor bastards. These guys are even worse than the ones I thought those kids who lived on the street.
And even they understand my sermons. So in 1731, while he was ministering to earthquake victims in the town of Foggia.
Can you please stop ministering me and please lift this rubble off my body? My legs are crying. Hey, I'm in the middle of a sermon here.
Listen, okay? Jesus rolled away the stone after 3 days. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Hey, this old lady who's trapped under a beam, barely conscious.
She understands.
She gets it.
No, to be fair, I think ministering would involve
helping
them.
He's like Red Cross.
If you've got all rubble clogging up your ears, how are you going to hear the sermons anyway? Also, made a great audience for him because, there's a lot of dust around, so it made their mouths drier, which he appreciated.
Because they were trapped. No, I'm sure he was going there helping people with recovery, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what's implied by the context. He claimed to have had a vision of the Virgin Mother in the appearance of a young girl aged 13 or 14 wearing a white veil. Now that sounds a bit creepy, but Mary was meant to be very young when she got pregnant by God, which, come to think about it,
best not to go down this path.
Why is God having sex with underage women?
Does he have
underage girls? I
don't know. I mean, he just impregnates her.
Well, why is he impregnating underage girls? I feel like, you're God, you could choose anyone.
Oh, you know what? I was talking to somebody whose partner was a midwife, and they were saying that, teenage mothers are, the best patients because the babies just kind of, fall out. It's like when you have a teenage body, it's like it's just made to put babies out. And they're she's like, I get that teenage pregnancy is bad. It's a real problem.
It's what nature wants.
But it's like when you're a midwife, it's just like, man, those babies are just popping out. It's crazy. So there you go.
Yeah.
That said, don't get teen pregnant. It is the official position of this podcast that you shouldn't be teen pregnant. You got your whole life ahead of you.
Well, it's more like, I feel like it's more like respect the age of consent.
That too.
Right? Anyway, so yeah, he had this vision, so that was kind of miracle-y. That's the closest we're going to get, by the way.
Oh, boo.
Doesn't do any miracles. I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he's healing people, but it's not explicitly mentioned.
Yeah, he's humble. He's not going to mention
in the reading that I've done.
I did heal some guys, but, it's not what I'm really about.
Yeah. I'm more about chatting to thick, old bints.
Yes, exactly.
On the 9th of November, 1732, he founded the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer, which I think means Jesus, not himself.
Right.
Though I wouldn't put him past him because he's kind of arrogant. When a lady called Sister Maria Celeste Crostarosa told him that it had been revealed to her that he was the one that God had chosen.
But I just thought of something. Why did Mary, Sister Celeste, cross the road to get to the others?
We are a comedy podcast, and that's the kind of thing you can expect.
I'm sorry. What did Sister Costa Rosa do?
So, got run over, obviously. So she told Alf that he had been chosen by God to found a congregation.
Okay.
So he did.
Oh. Do you think she told that to everybody and she's like, oh, I can't believe that finally worked?
She knew that some congregations had to be founded, but she couldn't be bothered to do it herself. So she just delegated.
Exactly. She's like, well, this guy.
I want to know more about this very good manager of a sister.
Yeah. She's the smart one. She's like, I think this guy's got a bit of money. I'll tell him to go found a congregation.
Yeah, she's the brains behind the operation.
Yeah.
So he founded this congregation with the goal of teaching and preaching in the slums of cities and other poor places.
Okay.
So that was their main kind of thing. But they also fought against Jansenism, which was a heresy that preached an excessive moral rigorism.
Oh.
So
it's like, hey man, just take it easy, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Don't be so.
Yeah, don't be so Catholic about it.
Don't be such a hard ass, huh? It's a little live and let live over here.
Sounds fun. Yeah, Alf said the penitents should be treated as souls to be saved rather than criminals to be punished.
Yeah.
So
that's
nice.
Good. I dig that. I dig that.
And, in his professional lawyer opinion as well, it's like, well, none of them have harpsichord cannons, so how bad could they really be?
Exactly.
But Alphonsus himself suffered from scruples. Do you know what that is?
No. Wait, is scruples like an actual disease?
Yeah. Well, it's basically, a kind of religious OCD that made him feel extremely guilty about the most minor issues relating to sin.
Oh, okay.
But he actually viewed them as a blessing.
Okay.
And he wrote, scruples are useful in the beginning of conversion. They cleanse the soul and at the same time make it careful. So there's a bit of a tendency towards self-flagellation here, I think.
Okay.
It's not great. He was basically just very committed, I guess, to his his religious.
So every little sin, he was just like, oh, you
really
stupid son of a, you stupid.
He'd go and eat 3 liters of ice cream to punish himself.
It's like,
tape his glasses to his face and go to the opera.
Yeah, it's like when the waiter said, have a good meal, and I said, you too, instead of thank you. It's like, oh, God, I'm going to have to go beat myself for an hour now, you idiot.
Yeah, basically. I feel like there's a lot fewer people might be regarded as saints if there was, like, adequate mental health provisions or understanding of mental health in earlier times.
Perhaps.
You know?
But I thought his whole thing was like he was against Jansenism, which was like so hardcore, like just beating yourself up.
A bit of a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was like, well, no one else should beat themselves up about it, but I'm special and I'm uniquely awful, so therefore it's fine for
me. Or
me.
he's like, this is terrible and I wish I could stop it, but I'm going to save other people from my own fate.
Yeah. Maybe that's a nice way of seeing rather than hypocritical. Anyway, so he kept his like artistic side. So as well as being a theological writer, prolific theological writer, he was a composer, and he would use the popular hymns he wrote to enhance his preaching. I thought that was
I love the idea of popular hymns. It's like, there's a new one I've been working on here. I got some.
Wait, well, we talked about this in the Patreon, didn't we? How like because I was brought up in the church, like. There are some hymns that are just like stone cold bangers and they're like, I'm sorry, but it's true.
I don't think that's true. I think that what you're experiencing is indoctrination. And what you refer to as stone cold bangers.
When it sounds this good, I don't want to fight it.
I mean, that's the thing is like it's they're meant to be earworms, right? Like so they're meant to like be this is the way we're going to convey the messages that we want you to take away.
Yeah. In evangelical churches, that's definitely the case. Like, they repeat phrases so much, and it's, really, like, insipid. But with, like, I think when it's sort of musically gifted people who just want to kind of, praise the Lord or whatever, that's often, like, more kind of poetic and sounds better. And I get hymns from, that I last heard, like, 15 years ago stuck in my head a lot of the time. Like, whenever I'm cooking peas, for example... I always think of the hymn, Make Me a Channel of Your Peace. There's a fun fact about me.
Great. Guys, if you're ever out there and you see Hannah cooking peas and she's humming to herself, you know which ones,
what I'm singing.
What hymn she's going on.
But yeah, so when I went to like an evangelical church, it was much more like, oh, this is bullshit kind of thing.
This is bullshit. I'm leaving.
I want some proper musicality or nothing, so in evangelical churches it's much more basically like Jesus is my boyfriend is the sort of the thrust of most of the, whereas with the kind of older ones often it's a bit more like less calculated, I would say.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I guess the kind of hagiography wants to paint a picture of this like popular guy who writes stuff that people enjoy, and his most famous piece was composed for the zampogna, which is a large Italian bagpipe. It was
that sounds terrible.
Everyone was like, "Oh God, we thought it was bad when he was obsessed with the harpsichord. Please go back."
The zampogna?
Yeah.
How big of a bagpipe are we talking about?
Zampogna.
Like it takes. It's a big. It's like so. It's bigger than like Scottish bagpipe.
I guess so. Let's Google it. Zampogna. I mean, to me, it looks about the same size, to be honest. But then I'm not that familiar with bagpipes.
It's like a regular bagpipes. All right. Well, there you go.
But, so it was known as the Carol of the Bagpipers, which when I first read that, I thought there was a lady called Carol of the Bagpipers.
Oh, that's not a nice nickname to give a lady. She's a bit of a bagpiper, if you know what I mean. So he wrote a bunch of popular music to go with his sermon. So he's getting the word out to the people.
And exactly. Whether through his simple words or his catchy tunes.
Right.
For the next 20 or so years, he wrote, preached, and travelled around the provinces of Naples for the greater part of each year, giving missions even in the smallest villages and saving many souls. That's official. That is history.
I went to this shithole. I talked to them. Huh? They got it. Why don't you get it?
These morons
in this podunk one-horse town, they fucking get it. Why don't you get it?
A special feature of his method was the return of the missionaries after an interval of some months to the scene of their labours to consolidate their work by what was called the renewal of a mission, which is like, that just reminded me of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, where he goes back like a year later to see how the restaurant's doing.
Yeah.
And often they've closed.
It does feel like he's just like, I'm just going to check up on these guys. And then the town is like, oh shit, those missionaries are coming back. Quick, everybody.
Look holy.
Be churchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Get the bagpipes out. What?
Just do it. I don't get it either.
Hide the ice cream.
Unload all the harpsichord cannons. Anyway, so.
But in 1752, his health was deteriorating and he reduced his missionary work because, it was quite taxing.
I would imagine.
Yeah. So 10 years later, in 1762, Alf was consecrated as the Bishop of Saint Agata dei Gotti.
Ah.
He had tried to refuse the appointment by using his age. He was 70 at the time?
60, yeah.
Nearly?
That's about right, yeah.
Yeah, 66. And his infirmities as an argument against being consecrated. But the Pope at the time was insistent, and you can't refuse the Pope.
I guess so, yeah. That's very nice. Like I could. Like no, I'm too old. And it's the 18th century. I'm going to die very soon.
Well, so he thought.
So he thought, yeah, I mean, I'm going to say, we already know he lives to be like 90, so.
Yeah.
Well,
spoilers.
That was the other thing when you said, like, oh, he quit when he was like 60. Because he was feeling infirm, and I was like, he lives for 30 more years. Like, I guess he doesn't know that, but we know that because we're really smart.
Yeah, not like that old woman who understands his sermons.
Broad, I don't know, it's so like a box of rocks, that one. Anyways, so he becomes the bishop of this place, and the Pope himself says, "Be the bishop," and that's got to be nice.
I guess so. I mean, if you're in Italy, kind of closer to.
I guess so. Or is this like a pope that's really micromanaging everything? Like he's not. Yeah. I guess the church wasn't quite as worldwide as it is today. So he's like really micromanaging Italy. He's just
not
like,
as
holy
impressive.
shit! Like we can figure these things out. We don't know. Anyway.
You know, my line manager, the Pope, his boss, God.
Yeah. Pope's like, my boss is breathing down my neck. You mean God? Yeah. Oh boy.
You don't want to see him when he's angry. Fire and brimstone.
That guy.
But being a bishop at the time was a dangerous profession. And
really? Good thing he's a good sword fighter.
I mean, I doubt anymore now that he's like 65.
That's the thing. Is like, I can't really lift the sword anymore. I don't have the reflexes. I can't really defend myself as the bishop.
I was told you were gifted. You will be bishop and you'll fend for yourself.
That's the problem with being gifted at a young age is when you get old, you're just like a weirdo.
You peak too soon. Yeah.
So wait, why is it?
But yeah, he actually survived several assassination attempts.
Why are people trying to assassinate a bishop?
They don't want to hear what he's got to say.
So. I don't know. I say that and then I'm just like, I could think of a dozen good reasons to assassinate a bishop.
And that's just the bishops you've already assassinated.
Yeah, I mean they had coming. I probably shouldn't say that on the podcast. I'm going to be on a list now. Yeah, no, I think that
allegedly. So there we go. It's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I can think of reasons why people might. You know.
Yeah. Well, in 1764, a severe famine afflicted southern Italy, causing civil unrest.
Oh no.
And so Alf saved the life of the syndic, which is like the mayor of Saint Agata, by offering his own to the mob.
Oh.
But it doesn't say what happened after that and why he survived that.
Well, they were like, well, now if you want it, it's not fun for us.
It's not so fun to take someone's life if they're into it. Yeah.
No, we're a mob. We were gonna lynch this guy.
You shouldn't cooperate with us. It ruins the fun.
Let's just go home. No, you can't take it back. You can't take it back. We're just gonna go now. Hope you're happy.
So yeah, good job by him. 8 times during his long life, without counting his last sickness, the saint received the sacraments of the dying. So he was quite ill.
Is it awkward to do that?
Oh, false alarm again, guys. Sorry.
This is like, we have heard your deathbed confession 7 times now, and every time.
And it was less exciting after the second.
It's just
to be quite honest.
Just upsetting now.
It's like, hey, I've got something to tell you. I've been keeping it a secret all my life. I refuse to be in a play that my dad wanted me to be in.
I once misread a document. It's my greatest shame.
It's interesting you should bring that up again, and I'll tell you for why in a second. By May of 1775, Alphonsus was deaf, blind, and laden with so many infirmities that he no longer even had the appearance of a man.
Oh, God.
Apparently.
That's awful. It's like, hey, when is somebody going to throw away this pile of dirty... Oh, my God, that's Alphonsus. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, he couldn't hear me? Oh, good, God, because that is very embarrassing for me. Oh, my God.
That would have been really awkward. So at this point, his resignation was accepted by the recently crowned Pope Pius VI. Clearly, the previous Pope was a real ballbuster, but this guy was like, okay, fine, you look like shit, I'll accept your resignation.
The other guy was like, it's a lifetime appointment. But like, but then the new Pope's like just going down the list of like, wait, Alphonsus is still a bishop? Like, that guy, is he still alive? Can someone...
He's already had the last sacraments 8 times.
Yeah, can somebody go check and see if he's still alive? Oh, he is, but he's like, basically like a sack of pile of dirty rags. Okay, yeah, let's maybe get a new bishop in there.
Can you imagine, like, you're like a primary school or like a little church that's doing a special celebration, and it's like, we're going to be visited by the bishop, what an honour, and then he's like wheeled in as like just a pile of rags. Yeah. So this is really disappointing.
Yeah, that's so sad. It must have been like what it was like to meet Prince Philip.
And now we've lost the royalists as well. Thanks, Matt.
I feel like there was a lot of overlap with the groups we lost before. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, totally. But, any lingering ones have now gone as well.
Yeah. There was a lot of C of E people who were like, yeah, stick it to those Catholics. And they're like, what, us too?
They're dropping their monocles in surprise. Yeah. So, yeah, Pope Pius accepted his resignation, and Alphonsus went into what he thought would be a prayerful retirement.
Oh, man.
As you would hope when you are, that ill.
Yeah.
But the worst of his illnesses was yet to come.
Oh.
I know. He's getting a lot on his plate at this point. He had a terrible attack of rheumatic fever during his episcopate.
Mm-hmm.
What? I thought he'd retired already, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there was an attack which lasted from May 1768 to June 1769.
Jeez.
That is a severe illness. Yeah. And it left him paralysed to the end of his days. So, yeah, definitely couldn't be doing any more bishop work at that point.
You can't move diagonally when you've got an illness like that.
Or at all. Yeah. That's the thing.
Anyway, so he's paralyzed and then he slowly gets sicker and sicker.
Yeah. In 1777.
Wow, was there more news to report?
8 years later.
He's
hanging on.
If this is not that he died, then this is so cruel.
Yeah.
This is also like God's up there. Like, remember when we had that harpsichord lawyer? We ruined his life. Whatever happened? That guy's still alive? Holy shit!
What the hell?
Oh no! I totally forgot about that guy. So kill him.
In 1777, the royal government threatened to disband the Redemptorists, i.e. the thing that he founded, claiming that they were covertly carrying on the work of the Jesuits who'd been suppressed in 1773.
Okay.
This was Alf's moment to shine.
Was it?
Calling on his knowledge of the congregation, his background in theology, and his skills as a lawyer, Alf defended the Redemptorists so well that they obtained the king's approval. I think this is a real, the movie has been leading up to this moment kind of thing. This is
great. They're just like, this is really the last moment. They're wheeling him into the courtroom. He's like, wait a minute, I've got an objection.
Basically, yeah, they thought the anti-Redemptorists were going to win, and then, at the last moment, it was very dramatic. However, by this point, he'd lost nearly all his sight.
Right.
And
so the operas were so great now. Oh my God.
He loved it, although he was also kind of deaf,
so... what irony.
Less good.
What terrible irony.
Yeah. If he'd only just been willing to watch and listen at the same time, would have been a lot better. So he'd lost nearly all his sight, and he was tricked into giving his approval to a revised rule for the congregation, one that suited the king and the anti-clerical government. So, because he was blind, he was given this document and lied to about what was in it, and he signed it.
Oh, that's lame. Boo. Yeah. Boo king.
Yeah, mean, right? It's just like a mean prank to play on an 80-year-old man at this point.
The only prank that should be played on an 80-year-old man is for a young woman to marry him and steal his fortune.
When Pope Pius VI saw the changes, he condemned it and removed Alf from his position as leader of the order.
This isn't his fault.
Right. This caused Alphonsus a crisis in confidence that took years to overcome.
How does he have years left?
Right? But also, this is the second time in his life that he's failed at something. And again, he's just taking it way too... it clearly wasn't his fault that he was tricked because he was blind. And he's like, no, this is on me. Not the fact that I'm, 80 and paralyzed and blind and deaf and still somehow in charge of things. Like, this is definitely my fault.
This is the problem with lifetime appointment.
This is, I feel like this is a management issue. This is on Pope Pius, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gave him a crisis of confidence. Bearing in mind, he lived for another 10 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, yeah, he had a crisis of confidence and faith, and it took him years to overcome. But by the time of his death, he had returned to faith and peace.
Oh, good.
And he was finally able to stop his suffering and he passed away on today, the 1st of August, 1787. So, yeah, 10 whole years after that last incident.
That's insane.
Yeah, in Pagani in Italy, where his body is still preserved, I think, in the photo. There's nothing in writing, but yeah, he looks like he's still there in the Basilica of Saint Alphonsus Liguori.
He sounds like a tough guy. Maybe just wandered off. Like he's hard to kill.
Yeah, well, he was having a hard time at 80, and he didn't die until he was nearly 91. Yeah. So
jeez.
It's a long and eventful life.
He did. Only 2 failures. It's a pretty good record.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't find any miracle stories, but I feel like just the fact that he lived through 8 final sacraments.
Pretty good.
And a mob.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty miraculous.
What part of final sacrament do you not understand, Alphonsus?
Listen, I know all about simplifying concepts. Just ask this senile old lady.
Yeah.
And it's funny that he was ageist when he was younger as well, because then he got to be really fucking old.
It's like, these sermons are so simple, even I can understand them at my advanced age.
Yeah. So, what do you think his patronages are?
Was he the patron saint of harpsichord players?
I wish! He should have been.
Is he the...
But no, I don't know if they have one.
Yeah. Is he the patron saint of talking down to people? Is he the patron saint of canon-based murder?
I think because murder's a sin, there's probably not a
Is he the patron saint against canon-based murder?
Weirdly, no. Patronages aren't that specific.
Is he the patron saint of taking losses very badly? Like being a very poor loser?
That's what I thought he should have been as well, but apparently not. But yeah, I think that would be the most appropriate one.
Is he the patron saint against the theater? Protection against the theater.
If you ever really don't want to go to the theatre, pray to Saint Alphonsus. No, he is the patron saint of lawyers.
All right, makes sense.
Which is, kind of makes sense, okay. But then also, I feel like if you're a lawyer, you want a role model who's a bit thicker skinned, maybe.
Perhaps. But, he was undefeated, and then he was able to use his lawyerly skills in defense of the Lord.
Yes, true. But then he was tricked. So
he should be the patron saint of, reading comprehension. Because it really seemed like he messed up that one document, and you just didn't understand it.
True. So the second time, even if he had seen it, maybe he would have misunderstood it. No, so he's the patron saint of lawyers. Patron saint against arthritis, which is weird because nothing suggested he had arthritis. Only
that he was very old.
Lots of other ailments. Yeah. He's the patron saint of theologians.
Oh, okay.
I can imagine there are quite a few of those.
Yeah, I would feel like that's a crowded field. I mean, he's our second patron saint of lawyers. Yeah. I forget who the other one was, but I think it was maybe St. Mark. But
yeah, maybe.
Anyways.
So he doesn't have many distinguishing ones. He's a patron saint of he's a patron of confessors, final perseverance, which I'm not sure what that is, but it kind of tracks with how perseverant he was in life.
He really held on there for a long time.
Yeah. Moralists, scrupulous people, but against scrupulosity.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds like a really fun, like a really fun chant at a protest or something, like scrupulous people against scrupulosity.
Yeah. So he was. If you want to be unscrupulous, you pray to him.
Yeah, I guess so. No, I guess it's in relation to that very specific use where it's, an affliction.
Yeah, go a little easier on yourself.
Yes, vocations, again, very general. Yeah. But also, more specifically, the Sisters of the Holy Redeemer. Okay. It's their patron, which makes sense because he founded them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sisters of the Holy Redeemer. Woo! It sounds like a really good band.
Yeah. He is also the only patron of Pagani in Italy, which is still a place.
Oh, good for them. Way to hang in there.
Agrigento.
Where is his patron of where else?
Agrigento in Italy, but he's not the only one.
Oh, okay.
There's another one who's a patron of that. So I think the standout one is probably Pagani and the Sisters of the Holy Redeemer. Oh. But yeah, so that's him.
Oh, interesting. So he started out a disappointment to his father.
And ended a disappointment to himself.
Disappointment to the Pope.
Yes. Who is all of our father.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he seemed to have a pretty eventful life, did a lot of stuff, certainly lived long enough. I'm amazed how much he did from the ages of 60 to 90, considering.
Yeah, he should be the patron saint of old people, achieving stuff and, overcoming prejudice.
Yeah, he's against ageism, right? Because he still did some pretty impressive stuff late in life. I mean, he did get tricked.
Yeah.
Because of infirmity.
But he was presumably tricked by ageist people, really. But they used his advanced years against him.
Yeah, and his infirmity. But, I mean, Anna, do you think you'd ever have Saint Alphonsus intercede for you for any reason?
Well, I guess, I used to, have to learn musical instruments. I didn't enjoy it very much. So maybe if I was trying to learn a musical instrument again, if I've ever, sometimes I have to listen to bagpipes, and that's no fun. So I might try and get him to get involved.
He would be pro bagpipes, and he'd be like, yeah, bagpipes. Fucking, yeah.
True. If I reach the age of 90, I guess I'll need all the help I can get.
That's fair.
So probably would at that point.
Yeah.
What else? If I'm ever turned on by a mob. That would be.
That sounded weird. It sounded like if I'm ever turned on by a mob, this mob is quite sexy.
That's not what I meant, and you know
what
it.
Is kind of
if the mob ever turns on me, that's...
The mob ever turns you on, well.
No, that's not what I said.
Where'd you guys get all these torches and pitchforks?
You're going to edit this to make me sound really bad, aren't you?
I don't know. I feel like I think I have a scrupulous nature because I feel bad about everything I do. I generally feel bad about... And just kind of beat myself up about stuff, so I feel like he would be a good person to be there and be like, hey man, it's okay.
Definitely.
You gotta let that go.
Also, I have this anxious tendency to if I think I've done something wrong but it hasn't been confirmed yet, I'll apologize for it in advance because I'm like, oh well, at least if they know that I know, then it's less bad. So I feel like that's a bit when jumping the gun basically, and he's a good one for jumping the gun because of the final sacraments thing.
People can see our episode where you talk about having blown your therapist a kiss to see how that sent you spiraling.
Exactly. So I think me and Alpha kind of kindred spirits in that respect.
I feel like that as well. I feel like I'm often is that right? I don't know. If I throw something recyclable in the trash because I'm out and I just throw it in a trash can, I'm just think about that forever. So
yeah, definitely.
Little things like that. So yeah, I think to be a less scrupulous person or to have less scruples.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be he'd be a good guide for that. But yeah. But anyways, Anna, thanks so much for all your thorough research today.
Hey, the research was yesterday.
Well, yeah, but thanks for telling me about all your great research from earlier in the week. You did a great job, so thanks.
Thanks. Yeah. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Wait, is that what we say?
Yeah. What do you mean that's not what we say?
Yeah. Well, because there's a sitcom called Superstore. Oh, they say have a heavenly day. And I started saying have a blessed day before I saw that sitcom.
Oh, okay.
But it's been around longer than this podcast. So I'm always worried that it's sounding like I'm ripping them off.
No.
I thought of it independently.
Isn't the name of the Superstore actually Cloud9 or something? So that's why they... Yeah. But anyways, no, that's how we end the show. So
good. It's been a while.
Right.
So because we were very organised with the last one, and then this one been the opposite.
Yeah. All right.
So have a blessed day.
Bye. All right.